Hello everybody. Today I was just in my room and the last couple of days I want to make something. I just don't know what to make at the moment. I want to do something a little bit different. I think we all get like that sometimes. We make the same things all the time. We just feel like we need to break the cycle a little bit and just do something different. And I've got this box here. I used the last bag out of it recently, and I thought, what can I make with that? So I've thought I might make a little holder, just for the fun of making a little holder. Often on my desk I end up with little scrap pieces of paper from making journals, and I put them all together, and then I end up with, my cat and dog are playing, I end up clipping them together and putting them over there, or I file them away into a file. And I don't tend to grab for the files very often because I have these little things. And I thought, how can I keep them more tidy on my desk? And so I thought, well, why don't I make a little holder to clip them into? And I won't end up with so many if I can hold more than just, a small clip. If I could use a big clip, I've got everything on my desk, that would hold more, but even a bigger one would hold more still. So when I saw the box, I thought, well, that could hold quite a few. I don't know what the size of my biggest bulldog clip would be, though. Let me just have a look, see what I've got. Because it would have to be for the biggest bulldog clip. Just a moment. That's the biggest clip I can see, but it doesn't actually open up. Well, I mean, it opens up to about there. How much more is that than that? Oh, quite a bit more. But I think that might be just a bit too big. So we might just go for this larger one. It'll hold more than that one. So that could be used. Not quite sure how I'm going to do it, but we'll just start. It's nice to use packaging for things. Now, I think I'm just having a look. See, here's another one. I'm looking at I do get really long ones. Should I do it the whole size? Maybe I will, because that way I don't have to fold them up or anything. So this is what I mean. I just, get lots of them. And I do use them, but you end up with a lot. So I can cut that off across there. I might leave the bit in the middle. Like that. The same on this end. Cut that off. And that one. I can't see that. Sometimes the light blinds you a bit and you can't see the crease. Right. And then I will I hope everybody's been keeping well. I have. I've got a very exciting time coming up soon. My eldest son is getting married in just over a week, so that's very exciting for everyone. Looking forward to that weekend. So there we go. I might keep, because I've got this part here that I'll want to kind of patch over, I think. So I'll keep those two, because I've got a little corner here that needs a bit of patching. Get rid of the rest. I don't need... Do I? No, I don't. Hang on. I might keep that one as well, and that one. Keep the bigger square pieces, just in case I need a bit of reinforcing of some kind. Right. Because that one, you know, that's quite flimsy there, and if that's going to be holding that, it might need some reinforcing on both sides, just to give it a bit more strength to hold the clip on. I don't know how. I'll have to stitch the clip on, I'm thinking. So, and that can reinforce the spine there, and then that can, I can glue that over like that. Yes, and glue that over like that. Now, I might turn it the opposite way around, to be honest, because the outside will be more decorative than the inside. And so I don't want that brightness showing through on the outside at all. So now I wonder, it might make it easier. It might make it easier. My husband bought something home for me. Just let me turn my glue upside down so it's ready when I need it to be. He bought me this roll of tape, painter's tape. What is it called? It just says Ramboard seam tape, but it sticks quite well on paper and things. I could use that. You know, to cover this blue up a bit. It should stick. Yep, it's got a real good stick, actually. That'll be good. I'll use that to cover the inside, and then because it's paper on this side, it'll be easy enough to cover it when I want to. But I want to reinforce. I might make that be. I'll reinforce that like that. Actually, it'd be better to glue that side. I'll glue this side of it. My youngest daughter is flying over. She leaves today from where she is to join everyone, so that'll be lovely to see her again. Haven't seen her for a few months. There we go. So we'll reinforce that part there. What else? I'll use that there. Oh, hang on, I've got to be careful which way I'm putting this, don't I? I want the blue inside. So let me just check. I want that there like that for my clip, to help my clip a bit better. And also one on this side here, just to give it extra strength. That. Get myself that one. that. That's that. Glad I've got that down there. That. And I'll need a bit of reinforcing there. It's just like that. Just where the packages, the things are broken on the edge has been split, so I'll put that there. A little bit more in this corner here as well, just to give it a nicer edge there as well. Dogs, Charlie, the dog is tormenting the cat and she's standing her ground. That's Fifi. Okay, we'll put that there like that. That squares it off. That's that, and then we'll just put some glue here. Glue that down. Oh, hang on, we don't want it that way, do we? I want it the other way. Okay. Like that there. And this one. That one there. And that one there. Like that. There we go. And now I want to cover the inside with this tape. I think I'll just square it off a little bit first. And put it like that. Like that. Oh, that was pretty big. Nice. And then I'll put one on this side. That. Now obviously everybody doesn't have this. I've been after some for such a long time. I think it's great stuff. I haven't used it before, but I have seen someone use it years ago and thought, oh, that looks good. But I've just never had it. And then a bit in the centre here as well. Okay, put that over there, and that helps to disguise the inside. It's not as hard to cover when you've got it covered. I used to use just, A4 printer paper or something like that. I wonder if I can just fold that up, whether it will stay up. That. And Okay, so now we need to get our creases again. And I'm just doing this, as I'm thinking about it. I haven't put much thought into it at all besides, oh, okay, let's make something like that. So, what's that got? Okay. I think my dog needs to go outside, so I'll have to go and put him out. Yes, just a moment. Okay, so I was just looking at it and put one there. It's fine, but leaves a lot of room. I could put another one there as well. I could have one there and one on the other side as well. Oops, that's upside down. One there, one here. I'll just reinforce this part here. I'll just use, this is just a old book, bit of book cover. Let's get a bit of that. And I can put that there to help reinforce that side as well. Oh, I left it the wrong way, didn't I? So I guess we could call this a scrap holder when it's done. There we go. Nice and solid. Oh, of course he wants to come back in, doesn't he? That one there. Okay. That'll just help it a bit. And now I want to go and find something to cover it in, both sides. I'll be back. So I was just having a look, and my Lavish Laces design package had some beautiful papers in it. Oh, I didn't. But it had these ones as well, and they're very long, which is ideal. I don't know what book it's come from, because it's in a different language. I'm not sure what it is. Hopefully it doesn't offend anybody, but it's only for me anyway, and if I can't understand it, I'm hoping it's not the Bible or anything like that, but I thought because it's so long I could cover it up like that, in that. I think that might be nice. I could even like fold it over like that. That would be good, I think. Like that. And I'll do it about, try and get it even, and then this part here at the bottom, like a book cover, you know, how you used to do the children's books many, many years ago. You can buy the covers for them these days, can't you? which would save a lot of ladies' backs from covering their children's book covers. Might trim it so it's even. I think that would be a good idea. Actually, we'll just get it about the same, about there. Let's turn it around, I think. There, no, a bit more, about there. Where did I? There, okay. About there. Oh. Okay, that might work better. So when it's folded up, it's even, fairly even. Okay, and do the same for the other side. Like that. About there. That, and that, and that. Okay, I can do that. I don't think that'll need that other glue on. I think it just needs this tacky glue. It's all right, baby. It's all right. Good girl. So I'll just put a bit of tacky glue on the edge there. Seeing as it's going to be holding papers, it might as well be covered in papers. I was going to do it in fabric, but I'll probably just add a bit of lace to it to make it attractive. I need a good sort out of my desk. It's getting too cluttered now. I don't mind a bit of clutter on it, but it's getting to that stage where it's not good. Not good at all. Oh, I should have probably glued the whole lot, shouldn't I? Why didn't I do that? I never thought. It's so silly. Let's see if we can just take that up carefully. Why didn't I think about that? Okay. Oof. Luckily, I caught that before it dried. Alright, so we will put some glue on the cardboard as well, so it doesn't get that floaty kind of effect. There we go, and then we can just press that down back where we were. And then we can do that and that. bit there, a little bit there, and then there, there. There we go. And this is that rag paper. It's nice to actually use it for something, you know, that I will see quite often on my desk, because it's lovely paper. Okay, that's that side. Now the same for the other side. There we go. The top there. I've got to remember which side is the top. The reinforced part is the top. Okay. There we go. Oh, I like the look of that. That looks nice. Yeah, it does look nice. And the inside will have to be done something with as well. I wonder if that fits. Oh, just look at that. It just fits. So we probably need to take just a little bit off each side, like. Okay, so we'll try that. And I'll keep all these little bits here. No, Charlie, no. Go on. A little bit off there. How much? Just a little. About there. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to put those all back so I know that they're those papers. That's the top. Yep, that's the top. That can go in there like that. I might ink around the edge because the top and the bottom are slightly stained, so I've got this. This is frayed burlaps, this one. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind it, you know, just scuff it up a little. I don't want it too much, but it's nice. It adds a bit of something to it. Like that. Yeah, I could do that. Okay. Just waiting for that to dry properly too, and then I might add a bit on the edge of the actual folder, but I'll wait until it's a little bit dry. I have to put everything out of the dog's reach because he's tall enough now that he takes things off my desk. Got to be careful. then I'm just going to hopefully it won't show through. So, oh, sometimes they do. It's terrible. Let's just smooth it out a bit. Okay, so I want like that. Yeah. Okay. I could use the oh, where's it gone? I guess I could use this. Like that. I don't mind a couple of little wrinkles in it. It just adds to that old look. Right. Okay, so that's that inside done. Looks a bit I have got I wonder if I'm wondering what language that is. Is that like Hebrew or something like that? I thought it was French, but I just don't know. I don't know. I'll use a bit of this part here. There. And I just want to have more of a collagey effect, but not. Let me think. I wonder. That. That like that. I don't know. I wonder if it needs to be a bit smaller. Like that. Just to break it up a little bit, perhaps. I might do that. Like that. that. Hopefully that will go like that. You're not going to really see much of the inside by the time you get, you know, scraps over it and things like that, but you still want it to look nice. And you've got scraps there and you've got scraps there. You're only seeing bits of it, aren't you? Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's the inking done. Inside's done apart from attaching the clips, and now the back. Now let me just fold those papers back up and beautiful pictures here as well. They're lovely. Oh, I love that. Postcards. Isn't that lovely? I'd have to cut it though. Use those. Put those back in there. And see what else we can do here. Some laces. What's that one? Ooh, that one's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. It's so nice. It's a bit yellowy. Doesn't matter. Can't really see how pretty it is though, because it's the same colour as the paper. And it's so pretty that I don't want to not be able to see it. I have the white one, but that might be a bit too... Oh, we'll have a look. We'll have a look. Got that one. Could do that. It's quite nice, isn't it? That could work. Just put that down there. Cut it about there. A little bit more than I need. The white always looks nice on the paper of that colour. And so we'll get that on first, I think. Like that. So, out there. Like that. Just up a little bit, take a bit off. A little bit off. There we go. Yeah, like that. So I'm going to have to glue under all the bits, I think. Definitely. I'm wondering how I'm going to attach. I could put a cord through there. You have to be able to squeeze it to open it though, don't you? Hang on. Like that. It basically has to go like that, so you can squeeze it like that. It doesn't have to be attached. It can just sit there. Of course it can. I don't have to attach it at all. It can just sit there, and you can flop those down and have one on that side as well. That will be fine. That will be fine. Maybe put something on the spine, and that can just stay there. I could put a picture on the front if I find one, a nice one. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead. Not the tacky glue. I'm going to use the other one, this rapid dry glue. I have to leave it sitting upside down at the moment so it will actually work. Okay, so this is actually a very quick and easy kind of project to do, but it helps get you doing something. And you can just make it all out of scrap paper if you wanted to. I'll just do down one side first because I don't want the glue drying on me before I finish. Yes, so that'll be the first of my children to get married. He's in his 30s. They get married later and later these days. I thought I was late marrying my husband. I was 25. You know, most people were getting married a little bit earlier than that. So, but there's so much for them to do these days, isn't there, before they get married? The whole world is sort of at their feet. They can do what they want. And then they want to find the right person, of course. She's a lovely girl, which is good. Okay, let's pop that on. Which way do I... Oh, we'll put that on the front then. Like that. Oh, hang on. Got to get it even, fairly even. About like that. A bit like that, okay. I shall go ahead and glue the other side and then I'll be back. Alright, so that's glued all on now. Quite happy with that, and I just... the size of this is actually about 11 inches. Yeah, so I just want to mark the center so I can put a mark about there. Okay. And I've got a little hitch post here that I can use. That will go there like that in the center. That is the center. Yeah, that's That's the centre. I wonder if I need something over it. Something. Just something. To just make it a bit bigger. Let me see. Oh, that's a bit hard. What's that? I don't know what this is. I'm going to be all over the floor if I'm not careful. A little screw on things like that. I wonder if... Oh, I don't think that will work. It won't fit through. Otherwise I could have done something like that on the front. I might have something... A filigree would work. Filigree. Just let me go save my cat from the dog. No. Right, Fifi? Right, I'll just find a filigree, then I'll be back. Okay, so I found a couple. I know that's gold and that's bronze. Get down. Oh, down. But look at this one. That's rather nice, isn't it? I wonder if I could use that one. I could put a bit of gold. What have you got? Better not have anything. I've got that one. I've got that one as well. That one's a bit too stout, I think. I think something like that would be better. Just like even a longer one, but I don't want... It doesn't have to be too fancy at all. It could work if I can get that through. I need to punch a hole in the centre there, don't I? To get it through without it looking silly. I just don't... Let me practice on a bit of paper. I don't know whether it'll punch a big enough hole for it, that's all. See, that's not going to fit through there. But if I did... If I did a couple... Oh. A bit of paper in there stuck. Can't see. If I did a couple to make it a bit bigger, it could work like that. Can only try, can't I? I hope it goes through this. Let's have a look. Oh, it doesn't reach. Oh, hang on. Oh, it just... If it, oh, there we go. So that's just slightly off centre. There we go. Make it a bit bigger. Keep those metal bits there. It's actually a little bit hard to see because it's so dark. There. Maybe one more just here. Hang on. Oh dear. Left a bit of a jagged edge there. Oh, there we go. Let's have a look. Yeah, that will be all right, won't it? I think so. Okay, so that will be, how do I get that through? So now I need a hole, but that's not that big, so I need a little hole here, but I need it in the right spot, don't I? About there. Which side? Way does that go? That way, I think. Okay, go about there. It'll do it. Okay. Just. Only just makes it. Okay, so we want that there, like, put that away. That there like that. Oh, wrong way. Probably have to put a bit of glue behind it, but let's just try first. No, wrong. Oh, I can just put that on to start with, because I can slide that over the top, put some glue around it. Okay, I see. And this goes on there and screws on like that. Oh, come on. Worst screwdriver in the world. Okay, I'll tighten that in a moment. So that can go on like that, and that will go over like that. Oh, but I need to put some glue behind it. Right. That will be nice. And then I can have something here that I can wrap around here. Yes. Let's just, I'll just tighten that up. Alright, so I put a little bit of glue under the hitch post just to hold it in place, because the gap is a little bit wider than the actual cardboard. And while that's drying, I've just got a metallic permanent marker, and I'm just going over the high points of this filigree piece here. Hopefully that will tie it in with the little gold hitch post. A bit better anyway. Hopefully this won't take too long to dry. Just adds a little bit more of a goldy tone to it rather than the bronze. Like that. That a bit as well. I think that's it. Looks about right. Let that dry. And I think I will get a little either seam binding or sari silk or something to attach to the back so it can be looped over the little hitch post there. So just let me find a piece. Got that colour, which I think will be fine. I just need it to sort of be able to go like, you know, like that to hold it in place. I'm thinking maybe something like that would work. You have to be careful not to pull this stuff too tight because it can snap very easily. Let's have a look. That works. Could have been a little bit smaller. Like that, perhaps. Yep, that could work. Like that. Like so that. Doesn't. How am I going to do that? I want it to be, let's try that again. See if we can do that a bit better. I'd like it double thickness. Let me think. That's just, I don't want to use that little bit there because that's the join. So we'll just cut that off and make them a little bit uneven. I can put that. That goes that goes like that, and like that. But that might be a bit too thick now. I just wanted a double strand there, that's all. Unless I don't knot it. If I don't knot it, and I just stitch it or tie it, about there. I hope that's not too thick. Might be too thick. Hang on, let me rethink. That like that. Maybe that like that, like that, and that like that, like that. So that goes over there like that. We have two bits dangling down, and that's plenty big enough to stitch on that. That's it. That's how I need to do it. Just like that. So I need to stitch it there. Like that. Let's have a look if this is dry. I don't think it's almost dry. Almost. We'll give it a bit more time. What am I going to stitch this? Just have to think that'll go like that. Do I want like, because I've got lovely lace here too. Look at this sweet little lace here. Isn't that lovely? Although that's white and that's cream, although I don't think it really matters. But what have I got? Oh, there's a white one there. Let me get the white one out. That might be better. That one's whiter. It's not white, but it's, you know, it's whiter than the other one. I wonder if I can use, it's so pretty. Look at that pattern, so pretty. I wonder if I could use a bit of that on there. To about there, perhaps. Let's have a look. They're paper scissors. They're not really fabric scissors, those ones. Very breezy here today. Wind's been going all day. Okay, let's have a look. Let me put a stitch in that first, though. Get a bit of... Oh, hang on. We've got a little bit of wax thread here. That might be good, because that'll be strong, won't it? We'll use that. And put a bit of a stitch in there to keep it all together. Oh, it's probably not the best needle to use, but there we go. Actually, what I might do is just wrap it around like that. And again, like that. And pull it. That should be alright. And just tie it off at the back. Gives it a bit of a messy kind of look. Shabby look. So that will go like that. That will go around like that, and this will be like that. Thinking, how am I going to put that one on? Do I want that one on? I think I do. I think I like that on. Okay. Can always trim it down a bit more on the back. Okay. So we'll stitch that to the back like that. And tie that once more. And again, a good measure. Okay. Because it's wax thread, it should hold nicely. Cut it uneven on the back, so they're all different lengths, like that. I notice it's got a bit of tape on it. That's probably why it's not cutting very well. Like that. That should be alright, I think. Yep. And then that needs attaching about just about there, like, yeah, that's fine, maybe a bit more, like that. there. And I think I'll pop that under the sewing machine to stitch that on. There. Won't be a moment. Okay, so I did a straight stitch and then went over it with a zigzag stitch. So okay, that's on, so you can see what that looks like there, and on the other side there. How's this going? It's fairly dry enough to put on, I think. So I want to put a bit of glue under it. Where's my glue? Just to hold it. Just on the high points. There we go. Oops. Stay. Stay. When I was looking around, I found this little, it's just a little gem. It's also from Lavish Laces. I'm wondering if I should, or if that, it doesn't really need anything, does it? It's just that there's a circle there, but I don't think it matters that there's a circle there. So I need to let that dry. Once it starts getting tacky, it doesn't take long. So that's quite nice. What I wanted to do though, I might cover these bulldog clips a bit, I think, with a bit of the lovely ledger paper from Lavish Laces. But just let me see if I've got a tiny little scrap first before cutting into a new piece. So I might have about, let's see, I think I do. I've got something. What's that? I've got, ooh, a little bit of receipt I could use. Aren't they lovely? Maybe not. Let's save that for a project. What else have we got? Mustard. Oh, hang on. Oh, I knew I had some tiny little bits left. Not much, so I'm so glad I got some more. Okay. This should be fine, I hope. Get that bit there. Okay, so I want to cover that, so I'll cut that off a bit there. Okay. It'll be like that over and back to there. So I'm just creasing along that back part there. I want it a little bit longer than that crease, so you can see where I creased, and I left it a little bit longer because it's hard to get in there to crease something. So let's see if I can tuck that in like that. Just a smidgen, a little tiny bit more, I think. A little bit more off. Not much. Not very straight. Is it? I think it is. I think it's fine. It's just the writing and the crease can throw you a bit. So like that over, and then tuck that in. That should be fine. And I'm just bending it all around the corners. That one's pretty flush, and I need to cut that much off the end. Do you see how I bent it? So I want to cut that off, and hopefully that is the right. Doesn't matter if it's tiny little bit. And that will look so much nicer on there than just it being black. And I could also get my pen and gold it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is put some glue on this. Actually, what I'm going to do is cut the other one the same size first. Like that, and like that. And then put some glue on it. A nice amount of glue, and make sure it stays on. Pushing it right in as far as I can. Bend it, and the same on that side there. Whoops, we've slipped. Pushing it in, and pushing that in as well. You kind of got to push them under those little loops down there. As far as you can. And then let it grip. Once it grips, it'll be fine. This glue takes a little bit longer than I would really like it to take, but can't be helped really. It's just the way the glue is. There we go. I think that's sticking now, which is nice. Just give it a bit of ink around the edge. that. That's fine. Yep. I'll do this one first. Can't really get into there. I mean, it's no big deal. It's fine. So now I can do the other one. Let's just make sure that's sticking down. I hope they're the same size. I'm pretty sure they are. Okay, so there, and you've got to push it in as far as you can get it, and then this one can do with a little bit off. There's a little smidgen off the edge as well. There. I was thinking of doing like a tassel for the spine, but then I thought it's going to be on my desk and I don't want things getting caught on it and things like that. Like, it's nice to have tassels and things when things aren't getting caught up with everything else, but if it's something that's going to get, you know, put on your desk and it may get caught up in other things, it's probably not a good idea. Otherwise you end up with a tangle. There we go. Oh, I like them covered. They're nice. Go much better. Let's have a look. Yep. We'll put one on and have a look, shall we? It'll go like that. And it'll be like that inside. And I guess I could just put a bit of the gold just to help blend it a bit. Just has to be a little bit. What you do when you're doing it on the metal like this is you do a little bit, let it dry, and then go over it again a bit. So I'm going to let that dry and then I'll go over it again. Okay, so it's all finished. That was a nice easy project to do. I added a little ribbon to the front there that was on my desk. I just stitched it on. I might actually make that a bit tighter. It doesn't need to be that loose. So that's the front of it. That's the side. I realised I could fit one on the spine as well, a smaller one, and that's the back there. And then inside I just put a few scraps. I've got more, a few scraps here that I can just take out. It's mainly just a project that I could make, but it's also useful. I mean, they come off, which is really nice. You could take the whole piece off, have that on your desk, and when you've finished using it, just, you know, put it back on. And it will hold a lot more than that, of course. I was thrilled that I could fit a little one in the centre there, though. So I covered another little one and put that there. And using all the beautiful vintage papers from Lavish Laces, along with the ledger paper as well, and the beautiful lace, of course, from Lavish Laces, and that one there as well. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. It was fun to be back in the craft room a bit and making something. Even though I didn't know what I wanted to make this morning, I've made something, so I'm very happy about that. And I hope it gets you inspired as well. So take care, everybody, and thank you so much for watching. I'll put all the details to Lavish Laces in the description box below if you're interested in having a look, along with the discount code there as well. So take care. Bye.